All right. Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Steuben LeFeber, and this is a live stream. So here's what we got going on. You're going to get your questions in the chat box. I'm going to try to answer them. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. You're not going to win anything more than stickers because Black Friday is coming up at the end of the month, and I am going to be giving away a ton of snowboards for Black Friday. A ton. Well, there'll be potential to win a ton. Plus, we're going to have some guests on the live stream that day. And I haven't decided if I'm doing 3 or 4 live streams for that. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the top fives. Ladies' top fives every Sunday now for at least the next 10 weeks or 9 weeks at this point. So, yeah, we got that going on for everyone. I know we got a super chat up here already from Patrick Ryan. So, we're going to try to drive into everything we got going on here. Yeah, okay. So Patrick Ryan, first question of the day, was able to pick up a 23 Capital Black snowboard to death for trade. What would you tell an intermediate rider to expect? Never rode a free ride board. Keep your knees bent, go fast, spray skiers, take chances. Understand it's going to be stiffer than what you're actually used to. So be aware of that. But yeah. So, I'm not sure what board you're actually coming off of, but the Black Snowboard to Death, it's going to have a learning curve for you. Once you figure it out, you'll be fine. So, yeah. All right. Also, we got a poll going in the chat, so feel free to answer that, and we'll see what we can do with that. Let's see. Where were we? I feel like I missed a question here. My Russian's really bad, so I don't know how to pronounce that name, so we're good with that. Hey, Angry, I'm 5'11", 10.5 boots. I've got a 56 Jones Stratus. Do you think it's going to work? Also, could you say a few words about promo boards? I'm wondering who makes them. Well, you're 5'11", and I don't know how much you fucking weigh, so that 56 could be too big. It could be too small. I don't fucking know. People that size boards on their height are fucking in another world. I don't know about that. Promo boards are made at multiple different factories. Sometimes they're actual real boards that are legit. Sometimes they're cheap pieces of shit. Kind of just depends where you're at. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. We got Orion with the super chat for next year's potential lawn. Oh, there's no lawn next year. Not with interest rates as high as they are right now. I've been priced out of buying yet again. Oh, game over. That was so close. You almost won a jumbo sticker pack. All right. Okay, Steve K. I'm going on a 5-day Europe snowboard adventure. Gonna rent a prostitute. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. That's my brain. Take my board or demo a good one there. Those European Uber cars are small and might have trouble fitting my board. I mean, if you want to go ride something new that's different to you, I say friggin' go and hire a board while you're over there. If you're looking to ride with the same thing you've been on for consistency's sake, take yours. All right, Chris King. Is there much difference between a volume shifted board or buying a regular board, but in a shorter, wider size? I mean, to a point, yes, you can get away with that, buying a shorter, wider size. The only difference is going to be in how the core layup is in there between the two. I do owe Patrick Ryan a spin, so whatever. Yeah, you got wiener, dude. You got wiener. Okay. All right. We got MP. Hi, due to health issues, I have to slow down my ride. I'm looking for a surfy daily groomer, pow cruiser for icy conditions. Have an eye on the Jones Stratus. Good for that or other suggestions? Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something that's just going to cruise and chill, that's a good one. I would also possibly look at like the K2 Niseko Pleasures. That'd be another good one to check out. Maybe go down to like a volume shifted board like a Telos Backslash or something like that. You'd be good. So, yeah. Peter Dabrowski. How come it's so hard to get info on Japanese board brands except for the little bit about Gentum and Moss? Have you heard anything about brands like November or Ogasaka? Yes, because they're typical Japanese brands. They get super insulated. They don't want to fucking leave their country. And then if you want to import them or anything, you pay out the fucking ass. Like, the Japanese snow culture is in its own little thing, and they are fine with it. All right. Alex Green, yo, how hard is it to access the pop on the Mega Merc? Heard it's pretty tough if you're a bitch. If you know how to fucking load camber, you're totally fine. Don't skip leg day, and don't be one of these fucking couch potato snowboarders that's, or should say, actually, couch potato people that snowboard that sit on their fucking ass all off season and literally don't be like, oh, my body just withered away in the off season. I guess I can just go out and ride whatever. Like, seriously, that's what it is. And I guess I can just go out and ride whatever. Like, seriously, that's what it is. So, all right. Let's see. Brian De La Tour. Hey, sup. I know you hate Never Summer, but have you rode the Harpoon? No. Why the fuck would I ride a turd? Found a deal on one. What should I expect coming off a Mind Expander? You should expect to hate your fucking life. It's going to be dead, lifeless. It's going to decamber at about 20 days on you, not have its pop. It's going to have shitty ass edge hold. Why the fuck would you like degrade yourself to go ride a shitty board because you found a fucking deal? Whoop-de-doo, dude. I could go buy a fucking Honda Civic for cheap as shit. Ain't going to handle in the snow like my Volvo. Ugh. Ooh, Sylvan Avran. Rome Cleaver or Union Atlas for the Pentaquark. If you're cool not having as much dampness underfoot and you want a little more lively feel, go with the Atlas. But if you like a little bit of dampening in there, just so that you're not feeling everything, go with the Cleaver. Charles E. Fine. Arrow forward or back on the Supermatics. Why are they there? What's the benefit? I have no idea what the fuck this arrow thing is you talk about. Like, what fucking arrow? I don't see any fucking arrow. Does anyone see a fucking arrow on here? I don't see one. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. It's a fucking comfort binding for people that are injured or old. It's like not a performance binding. It probably doesn't do shit. It's probably a cosmetic. Ugh. Jimmy Lee, I can see Bear Mountain from where I work and it's snowing over there. It's fucking nuking out here. Bear Valley in California is going to get 101 inches from today till next Thursday. Ridiculous. It's going to make that Blazes boot camp awesome, like, especially if they start off the season with 100 inches and it just keeps snowing. Ugh. Okay, Dylan Case with the super chat. You convinced me to escape the Never Summer cult and get the K2 ray gun and the K2 Indy bindings. As a beginner, my riding has already improved insanely. Thanks for keeping it real in the snowboard community. Literally went to a cheaper board that rides better. All you need to fucking know. Well, we're going to mark this Never Summer up because we got carbonium on it. Fucking rental board top sheet on there. While we're at it, let's just change the camber profile just enough and put the side cut kinks right inside to make it super fucking cattywampus on you. While we're at it, we're going to throw a dragon on the base and make a giant-ass die cut so when you hit a rock, the whole base peels. Fucking using shitty-ass fucking crown plastics. Good for you, dude. I'm stoked that you're not on Never Summer. For anyone that's not realizing, I'm in a bad mood and I don't give a fuck. That's right. Ollie slow signs. All right. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Ooh. Here we go. Lewis Brooks. Sup, Avran. Any board bag suggestions, or are they all basically the same except for size? No, they are different. You want to get like the one that should be the base model and like what everything should strive to be is the Dakine High Roller. You want to make sure that that bag has wheels on it because you do not want to be fucking dragging that shit around, carrying it over your shoulder, throwing your shoulder out on vacation. You want wheels on your bag. The other thing is some of these ones that have all these attachment bags, they're like, oh, we got a helmet bag and a boot bag and this bag and that bag and whatever else for him. That just adds more weight to it. So you want to make sure that you get one that isn't heavy because you figure by the time you put your boards, bindings, boots, outerwear, and however you pack it, which I have a video on how you pack a board bag, if you do it right, you're going to be right at that 49, 50 pound range. Because if you go over that, they're going to hit you for excess size, excess weight, and shit. Like, Rosinal actually has a really good board bag. Unfortunately, the damn thing weighs like 27 pounds empty. Like, ridiculous. You want something that reduces the weight. So the Dakine High Roller is really, really good. And make sure it's padded. You want a padded bag. Anything that's not padded, then you're going to want to line the bottom with your outerwear and kind of fold it a little bit over the edges of your board. Because I don't know if you've ever watched them throw a board bag up onto the conveyor belt to go into the plane, but they will heave that fucker right up on it. They don't care if it falls off. They don't care if it bends. They don't care if your board snaps because it got caught in a crease. So you want to make sure that you get a padded bag just to protect the edges a little bit more. And if you can, get the luggage insurance. I think it's like an extra $20. Comes in handy when they fucking break your shit. I'm not going to answer that. Okay. Our Rainer 00. When it comes to tapered underbite, do you want the binding at the indent or offset? Which is more important to get right, nose or tail? Well, you always want more nose than tail. Like, ideally, so with tapered underbite, like with the way it works, you realistically, ideally want it as close to the binding as possible the way it's going to work. Sometimes it doesn't. It's not like other companies, mainly Never Summer's Vario side cut, which is a hunk of shit. It actually works. So you can be a little more forward, a little more back of it, and it's still going to work. But ideally, you want it right under the binding. That's going to give it the most downward pressure and control for it. But if it's like slightly in front of you and you're driving on the outside of the binding, it's fine. It's when it gets to be on the inside of the binding, it can be a little weird. And I mean, I'm talking like maybe 2% of the people that would ride it will actually notice anything weird with it. Most people will just muscle through and never move on with it. All right, let's see what we got here. Steve K, what is the Summit County town to move to that's 30 minutes to an hour away from Copper? If it's 30 minutes to an hour away, it's not in Summit County anymore. You're either in Park, Route, or Eagle at that point. Summit County is not big. You can make it from one side to the other in about 22 minutes with traffic and snow. Without traffic and snow, 10. 8 if there's no cops. Sometimes 5 if you're doing about 150. And it's 3 in the morning. And you're driving your friends all road. But yeah, don't do that. No. So you want to be like, if you really, really want to be in Summit County, I mean, Frisco's a truck stop. Silverthorne is a fast food, desolate post-apocalyptic hellscape. They just lost Chipotle, and Jimmy John's is only open 4 hours a day now. So that means Arby's is closed, Burger King's closed, Qdoba's closed, and Panera never opened. It's a hellscape over there for those people that want shitty-ass fast food. What's next? The Wendy's? Who cares? I fucking hate fast food. No, realistically, anywhere in Summit County, you can be 15, 20 minutes. Unless there's traffic, stupid people not knowing how to fucking drive. Remember, the left lane is for crime and passing. If you're not going to be a criminal, at least get back over in the right lane after you pass the dumb fuck in the right lane that's going slow. Camping out in the left lane means you're a douche canoe, and I will throw engine bolts out my window at your car and not care. Or marbles, Gatorade bottles full of piss. It doesn't matter. If I can grab it and throw it, I will. Pennies are always good too. So, yeah. But yeah. So Summit County, I mean, you can pretty much live anywhere in here. Now, if you're looking like an hour away, just go live in fucking Denver. Everyone else does and tells people that they live in the mountains. I live in the mountains. I go to Summit County all the time. No, you live in a fucking plateau that is polluted as shit and full of dumbasses and home to Never Summer snowboards. Like, fuck off. You don't live in the mountains. You can see the mountains. You don't live in the mountains. That's like saying I live in LA, but I live in the mountains. You're in fucking LA. You can see the mountains. You can see the mountains from LA if there's no smog, which is about the equivalent of Denver when the fucking pollution rolls in and sits on the plateau. All right. Okay, we got a super chat here from Jose Bautista. How are the Union Ultras? Keep up the good work and love the memes. I haven't ridden the Ultras yet. I just wasn't able to get a pair from Union. They just didn't have anything. So I'm gonna probably steal a pair from one of my friends that's got a set. Talking with the guys that I ride with, because 2 of them are on Ultras right now. They're like, it's more responsive than the Contact. It's more damp than the Contact. The base plate, they said, takes a couple laps to get used to just because of the canting in there. But they were like, to them, this is what they told me, and I ride with these guys all the time. They're like, it rides better than the Strata, and it rides way better than the Contact Pro, which is the replacement to the Contact Pro. I want to ride it because I'm curious about that side cut and whatnot. So, yeah, that's kind of all I got on that bike. Which reminds me to ride a bunch of Nidecker bindings and flows. Fuck. Remember, eat at Joe's. Okay, we got a super chat here from, where'd we go? Lost it. From Sylvan, for your bad mood. Oh, nothing's going to fix this. Pissed off at some people. You can't come to me, cut my commissions, and ask me, oh yeah, remember to check out Blaze's Boot Camp, link in the description. But you can't come to me and ask me to cut my commissions. Oh, we're bouncing. Oh, shit. Got yourself a medium sticker pack. Was not expecting that to bounce like that. Damn. All right. I'll give you that. You cut my commissions. Ask me on how you can we can work together better to pump up more sales. Take a whole list of ideas that I give you, fucking implement them poorly. So you have some half-assed fucking nerd implementing them, acting as if he's an authority on snowboarding when he's not, and fucking do a half-assed job about it, then cut my commissions yet again. I'm fucking pissed. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, and we got a PSA from Brooke Poulsen. Check your peeps for the voluntary recall. Stay safe in the backcountry, POW people. Yeah, anyone that's got a backcountry transceiver, just check to make sure there wasn't any recalls. There's a bunch going on. Alex Green, can you charge and bomb on the yes grades, or is it too loose, damp enough? I mean, I can charge on it. Wouldn't be my first choice, but you can. Kind of just bend your knees more. Sylvan, bent metal transfer or Rome cleaver for the super DOA. Go with the bent metal transfer. The cleaver is a little overkill. Alpine Ibex, you think A-Basin's RFID gates added to efficiency? Fuck yeah, they did. Holy shit, I get through the lines. I cranked 10 laps in 45 minutes on Monday this week. It was ridiculous. There's no one there. It's just like, I mean, granted, it's 400 vertical because the lower mountain's the only thing open, but still, I was cranking it. All right, let's see. Car wreck. How many inches of snow is a safe bet to whip out a brand new deck to not core shot it on the rocks? At least 20. Like right now, everything's still low tide under there, but solid 20 inches. Knee high, basically. Hedem Rossiter, I'm in a bad mood from the onslaught of Buckhouse video recommendations. How do I block this kook? Simple. Report all videos. Thumbs down it, report, and then you can actually click the little box that says do not recommend this channel. Like, but before you do that, make sure you report it, thumbs down it, and then, so you know, then you block it. Phil Peacock, Tahoe's getting some of that good white stuff. Cocaine plane exploded out there? All right. SV Timmy, Hangry, do you sometimes fly over to Europe? No. If yes, what would you say is the biggest difference between European and American resorts and snowboarding culture? Fuck if I know. Chris Morris, 6'3", 185 pounds, size 10.5 boot, 56 party mod with Union Ultra bindings. Any downside to this setup? I mean, it's a flat rocker. The pop's going to be a little different for the engagement on it. So there's that. I mean, deep pow days might not be the best thing at 185 pounds and only on a 56. If you're cruising the park, it's fine. Cruising the Grimmer, you'll be okay. All right. Let's see. Justin G just snagged the GNU 4x4. Looks like the perfect all-mountain East Coast ripper. Would it pair up with the Nitro Team bindings? Yeah, easily. You're going to get a nice damp ride out of that because of the heel pad air pocket in the Nitro Team bindings, which I just edited the Nitro Team binding and uploaded it. So I should get that scheduled at some point. All right. Dan Wiley had a white space Sean White Freestyle Pro in the shop, compared it to the After Black, and it's incredibly similar. Thoughts, comments? So they're made at GP87. They're overpriced. They're exclusive to backcountry.com, which is fucking QVC. Just so if anyone didn't know that, Backcountry's owned by QVC. I mean, I don't think there's an original idea in the shaping of it. I'm pretty sure that they just were like, well, Sean, go try a bunch of different stuff from different brands, and whatever you like, go with it. So, all right. No Cash Productions. Boa FTW or Old School Laces? If it ain't triple Boa, I don't want it. 3 knobs. This guy's getting fucking blocked. I really don't care. He's been annoying me for a week. Goodbye. Fuck off. Boop. All right. Okay. Hidaki, I want to get a Red Shadow Band or the new Captain Indoor Survival, but the K2 Ray Gun Pop should be good enough for me. Yes, it should. There you go. Reno Hart, can we see vids of you shredding on your channel? No! You can come over to Copper and fucking ride with me. Or not. I really don't give a fuck. Tyler BSC, I'm headed to Keystone in January and want to try one or more boards recommended before buying. Recommendations of places that rent, that put towards the purchase, looking at the Merc, the Black Snowboard of Death, or the Berserker. So there's the Christie Sports in River Run Village right there, right by the gondola. So it's like right before you cross the bridge. Or before you get to the gondola, and all that shit used to be you cross the bridge to get to the gondola. Anyways, so it's right there before you get to the gondola. So there's the Christie Sports there. I do that. That way you can just interchange during the day. I'd call ahead and see what they have available. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to go to the Christie Sports in Dillon. At Dillon, are they Dillon Ridge? Whatever they are. There's that one. Vale's got some bullshit store up there, but judging by the people that they hire these days, they won't know what the fuck you're talking about. They'll probably all be J1s that are like, I did cocaine out of my girlfriend's butt last night. So there's that. Let's see. Who else would have a Merc and a Black Snowboard of Death? Maybe Pioneer Sports in Frisco would have something for you. And if you go to Copper, I'm pretty sure you could get a Mercury and a Black Snowboard of Death at Gravity. But as far as Keystone, I don't know. I've been banned there for 8 seasons. Devin, do you have a favorite small time or old school ski park? No, I don't ski. Fuck skiing. All right. Super chat here from Jose Bautista. I was riding Atlas. Would the Ultras be better or will it be a downgrade? If you're used to the flex and stiffness of the Atlas, it's going to be a lot softer and it's going to feel a lot different. And it's more freestyle oriented than the Atlas is. Like the logical digression from an Atlas would be to go to a Strata. And after you've ridden the Strata for a while, then you'd kind of decide if you want the flat base or the canted base. And that's when you would go to the Ultra. That would be that. I think if you're on the Atlas, you're comfortable with the Atlas, you need to stick in that realm level unless you're looking for something softer. Then you would go down to the Strata, sticking with Union. Oh, yeah, wiener. Just giving out wieners over here. All right. Steveros 48. Hey, Avran, what board will you be riding for deep pow days? Still rocking the archetype? I'm guessing a few inches of freshies. The shadow band will handle it fine. Yeah, shadow band will handle it fine. I actually bought, or I'm buying, a used 160 wide archetype from a guy when he's driving out this month to Crested Butte. He's going to stop into Summit. I'm just going to pick it up for $250. And that's what I'm going to be riding on deep days. Although I have a strange feeling this year, I'm just going to be testing powder boards for every company. So, Justin Zaire with the super chat, just looking for a spin, I guess. Let's see what we got here. That's right. Support the Shred Foundation. If you got old gear, mainly women's and men's, small and large pants, you can always send it to them. I've got their mailing address down in the description of this video. For anyone that sends anything in from now till December 10th, you'll be entered into a raffle. 3 lucky winners will win a $100 custom prize pack. So, from me. Okay. Kyle Sullivan, who's the bigger kook? Bluetooth speaker guy or Rurock full face dude? I feel like Rurock full face dude is Bluetooth speaker guy. Like, he couldn't figure out how to get his headphones to fit into his fuckstick helmet, so he just put the Bluetooth speaker and cranks it all the way up so that we all have to listen to that fucking dinosaur fart shit that he listens to. All right. Tom Jones. It's not unusual. Loved you in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thoughts going from the LibTech T-Rice Pro 61 wide to a Twin Pig 56 wide. East Coast ride smaller place west with a few trips to Vermont. I was really pissed, but seems well reviewed. 6'4", 225 pounds, size 13, 225. I mean, you're pushing it on that 56 wide. Even, well, no, you're on the 56 wide. So you're coming from that T-Rice Pro. So the bigger thing is you're going to be going to cam rocker. So you're going to have more downward pressure coming up, or well, upward pressure coming up, and you're going to feel it when you load that board on there. It's got the asymmetrical side cut, so you do have a deeper heel side cut. I'm personally not a fan of the Twin Pig. Like, every time I ride it, I'm like, why does this thing fucking exist? So, just, man. Ugh. And we got a super chat PSA from Brandon. Dirty LA snow falling at Bear. Clean the bases. Bear sludge is a friggin' real thing. I went to Big Bear once, and I didn't think it was like a serious thing. And at the end of the day, there's like this black sludge stuck on the base of my board, and I could actually scrape it off with a wax scraper. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And my friend Paul that I was staying with was like, oh yeah, that's bear sludge. Just clean your base every day. And I was like, the fuck? Every day? Disgusting. It was like dirtier than being at Mount Hood in the summer. Well, yeah. Check out Blaze's Boot Camp. Got the link in the description. Okay, we got a super chat here from Sylvan. Spitting for snow. Oh, it's fucking puking there right now. And remember, pray to the altar of snowboarding. We got Rooney Twin Turbo, $265, worth it for a 2019 Rosnell Jigsaw. If it's brand new, fuck yeah, that's a great deal. Pick it up. Adam Rosner, biggest kook is the guy with the Donic at Big Snow. What the fuck is up with the guys that go to Big Snow to carve? I'm like, you can make 2 turns and you're at the bottom. It just seems pointless. All right. We got John on Snow. Avran, I weigh 165 pounds. I'm 6'1". I have 10 fingers, and I'm looking at the Rome Warden or Freaker for all mountain and almost no park. A little bit of pow of the runs. Any thoughts? If you're looking for something that's all mountain and almost no park, why wouldn't you instead go to the Ravine or the Ravine Select? That makes more sense. You're going to get a better setback on that. It's still versatile enough for full all mountain use, and if you do venture in the park, you can still nose and tail press on it and board slide if you have to and hit a jump. Like, the Warden and the Freaker don't make sense when you're looking at it from Rome, but that Select, the Ravine or the Ravine Select really do. Okay, we got Teton Tom. Thoughts on the GNU 4x4 versus the Hyper? So I rode those boards back to back on a powder day. And honestly, like, they feel so friggin' similar. You're like, oh, okay. You get a little more snap with the 4x4, in my opinion. You get a little bit more play in the Hyper, but on edge, they felt the same. Just pushing through snow, they felt the same. So there's that. Brad guy, are there any tricks you see on the mountain that make you angry? Dudes that do barrel rolls on park jumps and fucking dig their toe edges in and eat shit. Either that or fucking suitcase ugly ass methods. Tailfish is always another one, unless you're ironically doing it. Tindy, so yeah. Okay. All right. We got Justin Zaire. Hey, Avran, looking at a Jones Aviator for heli and backcountry, 135 pounds, 5'10". What size and bindings do you recommend? So because you're looking for it for a heli and backcountry board at 135, 56 would be the biggest I'd probably go on that. And I think that would be ideal for backcountry. In terms of bindings at 135 pounds, I'd probably put the Mercury binding on there. That should give you the Jones Mercury. That should give you enough power for it. If you're looking for other options, I'd maybe do like a Rome DOD or a Battalion Astro full wrap on there, and possibly even like a Ride C6, because I don't think you need to go all the way up to the 8 series from Ride unless you want more power. All right, we got 3 Kings. Avran, thinking of picking up last season's Sims solo for Chappelle. Are Sims made at Never Summer? Would you recommend the brand these days? No. If it's last season's, they are made at Playmaker in Taiwan. Way better factory than anything that came out from Never Summer. So the quality is a little bit better in there. I have not ridden any of the Sim stuff. I probably never will because they'll probably go out of business again. So there. Okay. All right. Shane Shakaluga. Hi, Avran. I was going to get a Karua Pencil Plus, as you suggested, for carving, but a good price bullet train and a Nidecker Blade Plus 2122 have become available. Should I consider one of those? I don't know too much about the bullet train, and I believe they told me it was going to be discontinued once they sold out of everything, which they said they didn't have many left. So, that, from what I do know, that thing should carve. Personally, I like the Pencil Plus. That thing is just like more approachable. So if you go with the Blade, I didn't ride the Blade Plus, but I rode the Blade. The one thing to note is like the contact points are weird on the Blade. They're not like a full length contact point. They're like half the size. So the grip is like less initiated, like locked in, like it's there. If you're on a budget, that's your call. It might be worth it for you to look into one of those. All right, we got, I'm assuming it's Timothy, but you spelled it wrong. It's hi Mati. Hi. In your opinion, what's the best park board that has wide boards under a 155, dog? So you can get away with the Marhar Lumberjack or Lumberjack X if you want camber. Otherwise, pretty sure like there's the DOA, which isn't bad. K2 Bottle Rocket. You could do a K2 Party Platter if you wanted to as well, too, because that's twin. Let's see what else. Under a 55. That's when you start to get into like weird proportions and shit. I think there's a 53 wide Rosnell jib side. No, there's a 55 wide in that. So that would be another one. And then, don't quote me on this, but I think the Nidecker Sensor or Sensor Plus has a wide option in a 53 or a 55. So there's always that. All right. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one from Peter Dabrowski. Super stoked to finally be going to Japan this year and ride. However, not sure how readily available bacon is in their stores. Pocket dried squid or pocket day old carriage chicken. Pigeon. You need to catch a pigeon when you get there and snap its head off, rip the feathers out, and then roast it. Then after you roast it, you got to separate it, cover it with teriyaki and glaze it nice and thick. Oven bake it so it's like just a little crispy on there. Pocket pigeon. Dan Scott, how do I convince my wife I need a fifth deck? You serve her divorce papers and buy everything you want. I don't know. I'm not married. I'm not dating. I don't have these problems. Okay. Item 9, Uncle Avran. I got my first visit to Wolf Creek next weekend. What's your thoughts on the resort? You're going early, so if they get the snow that they're supposed to out of the storm, everything will still be steep. There's going to be pockets where you will hit rocks in there, so watch out for that stuff. Also, when you're cutting back, I can't remember what chair it is. There's a rail on the side that's just like built in, like there's like a stump and a rail or something. You can ride up and get it. Make sure you hit that thing. So, yeah, Wolf Creek's fun. It's just like you want to go preseason because mid-season it's usually filled in and got flat as fuck. Okay, Griffin A. Between the Rome Katana and the Ride C8 for the algorithm, any reason to go one over the other? If you're looking for more power laterally on the outside of the binding, that's where the C8 will beat the Katana because that Katana has that asim wrap heel cut. So you're not going to get as much power and drive into it. So if you're looking for more power, you go with the C8. If you're looking for more play, butterability, then you go with the Katana. Marcio Santos, are you going to review the Capita Ultra Fear this season? I did not get one. I don't know if I'm going to get on one. Probably not is the answer. Eric O'Reilly, I'm 6'4", 270 pounds with a 12-size boot. What would you recommend for an all-mountain board? Oh, dude, go check out the ride algorithm in the wide. Jones Ultra Mountain Twin. Ride Berserker if you want to go a little more free ride on it. Otherwise, the ride Bench Warmer could kind of fit in there for you. Rosinal Juggernaut. I think that's some solid options out there. Kevin Beaudry, bacon wrapped pigeon. I think we're on to something here. I mean, I'm down with some bacon wrapped pigeon if you guys are. So, let's I would go get a pigeon, but unfortunately all the magpies and crows have scared them off, so I can't go catch a pigeon. Fucking magpies. Goddamn little bastards. They're the worst. Anyways, I know a bunch of people have just tuned in, so if you're just getting here, get your questions in the chat box. I'm going to try to answer them. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. I got a poll going in there. Feel free to answer that. We got Black Friday live stream-a-thon coming up. Not sure if I'm doing 3 streams or 4 streams this year, but it looks like I've lined up 2 guests for the live stream-a-thon. I'm picking up more prizes. Right now, low estimate on boards I will give away that day is 5 to 8. High estimate, we might get up to 20. So got that going for you as well. So, yeah. All right. And everyone that's going to ask me boot questions, I will tell you the exact same thing I say every time. The best boot's the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Go shove your foot in every boot and try them on. All right. Okay, Eric O'Reilly, what's your favorite Utah mountain, or have you spent much time there? I like Utah. I like visiting it. I could never live there. It's too weird. That's why I stay in Colorado. Personal favorite is Powder Mountain. I love Powder Mountain. I love going to Powder Mountain, hopping on the cat, just getting out there. It's never crowded. I mean, if we want to like a true snowboard resort, Brighton is always a blast. I like going in there, doing millie laps with friends or hitting the snake runs and shit in there, cutting around. Solitude wasn't bad either. I've had some fun days at Park City and the canyons, but Vail kind of fuckered everything up, so I don't really care. I'd like to check out Beaver Mountain and maybe like Bryan Head and shit, but yeah, that's kind of where it's at. All right. Rick Thau, so linking it all together, you've brought up Karua, Pocket Pigeon, and Weird Dimensions. Have you tried the Karua Pocket Rocket yet? My shop has one available. They ordered 2. I went down and looked at it yesterday, and my friend Andrew bought one, so I might just borrow his and ride it. if you'll let me. It's one of those things I'm looking at it. It's there. I like the dimensions of it. I like what that's about. So maybe one day we'll get there. No, God, don't even ask me questions about split boards. I don't fucking do it. I don't know shit about them. Okay, Brad guy, what's the minimum amount of time to claim a day on snow? 1 run, 1 footing at the base for 5 minutes? 3 laps. 3 laps. And they can't, and if you're at a resort that it takes 2 chairs to get to the top, they've got to be top to bottom. You can't do none of this bullshit like 400 vertical. So, fuck the Burton step on. I don't give a fuck about that thing. Okay, Dave Jones just picked up a lightly used party platter and looking for bindings. What's your recommendation? I've been interested in skate tech. Is that a good coupling? It's not a bad coupling. So the bindings that I wouldn't go above in terms of flex with skate tech, like the Jones Mercury or the Now Select Pro, but for the party platter, you probably want like the Brigade, and you can go down to the Pilot. The IPO might be a little too soft for that board. So I think like for what you're looking for, though, that would be it. If you want alternative recommendations, if you're looking at a K2 binding, I would do the Lean AT on that or the lineup, maybe even a Union Strata. Okay, we got Rhino Hart. Finally got to catch you live. Thank you for your exceptional gear knowledge. Question, top 3 glove companies flying Australia to Big White in January. So Dakine is super solid. Really been digging them. The new 686 stuff, like some of their leather gloves looked really good. Drop actually makes a good glove, like good bang for the buck, and they've been doing it forever. I did own a pair of Hestra trigger mitts. They're the warmest thing ever. They're so good for my arthritis. Like I never had to worry about them. Fortunately, someone scythed one of them, so I've got one left. I was like, what am I going to do with one fucking trigger mitt? This is bullshit. And then if you're on a budget, Kinko's and Snow Seal go a long way. Long way. What we got? Oof. You lose. Ouch. God. DJ Happy Bird 13. Have you seen Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp's most recent vids? No. I don't need to develop a bigger brain tumor. Do you think he's improved much? No. He's giving so many tips on how to do things better. Is it worth following his guidance? No. The answer is always going to be no. Unless he teaches you how to properly commit suicide because you followed his lame-ass advice. There's no reason to follow him. His advice is shit. He's a fucking idiot. He's a putz. I really want to understand how you have 583,000 subscribers and your videos in 24 hours can only get like 5,000 views. Numbers don't make sense. So, yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, that's where we're at. Get your questions in, people. We're going to try to answer them. Also, don't forget to check out the cultural mystery link of the week down below. I also put some videos for you guys to check out. And if you haven't, you should check out Unstrapped Snowboarding, Andrew Brewer and Jim Dunnigan's show. They did episode 6 for Halloween, early drop. Always a good time, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes of your time. Kind of just a clip show of everything going on in snowboarding. Good stuff over there. Love what those guys are doing. So, yeah. Okay. Ooh, Benjamin Kim, favorite Quiver Killer daily driver board for 22-23. I am loving the new Ride Shadow Band. Like, got on it. Feels like an old DH2, a little more setback on it. Directional twin. That one was a super big standout. The Battalion Fun Kink was another one that really stood out to me. I really like that. For old faithful, can't go wrong with a Capita Mega Merc. It's a little more pricey, but I really do like the way that board rides. Also, what is it? It's not the display. What the fuck? One of the public boards, and because they name all their boards so similar. It's not the Statement. I think it's the display. Could be wrong. I don't think it's the Dispute or Disorder, but I think it's the public display. I've been really digging that too. So, yeah. So, all right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got Scott Jones. Want to make a 2-board quiver with my Rome National. More free ride pow focused. Riding SoCal Mammoth, Brighton area. Early 40s, 185 pounds. Left eye dominant. What do you recommend? Thanks. Well, you got the National right there. So and you want it more free ride POW focused, I'd say that it would probably be in your best interest to just lean heavier into the POW focus of that. So maybe like an Endeavor archetype, a Rome Ravine Select, because you already know how those rods work with the National. And the Ravine Select is just going to be more directional version of that. Nidecker Beta APX would be another one to look at. Capita Navigator, but you might find that a little too soft. I'm not sure. That's hit or miss there. It'll be a similar flex to your Rome National. Let's see. You could do a Rosinal XV, but I'd say you'd probably be better off going down to the Sashimi, get that volume shift in there. If you did LibTech, I would look at the Rasman. That's actually a really cool board in there. Maybe let's see what else. I guess you could do like the Lost Rocket from LibTech too, as well. Ugh. All right, Josh Blaustein. How's Holiday Valley, New York? Not open right now. Fuck, my mom said it's like 65 degrees there. Grew up at that resort. I love that resort, like in the sense that I have a lot of nostalgia for it because I grew up there, even though it's only 749 vertical feet. You basically pay $1 per vertical foot for your season pass there. The season isn't as long as it used to be, but they do have good snowmaking. Park is kind of ass these days, but whatever, they make do with what they can because the old heads that run it kind of don't give a shit what the kids want. But mountain's got some decent, I can't even call it a mountain, it's a fucking hill. Has some good options for you for terrain. A lot of great side hits if you know where to look. And if they do get snow, they get that lake effect. Here's the secret if you want to get some good POW, and I'll blow this out every time. So you want to go up Cindy's Run, and you're going to go up Cindy's Run, and there's a warming hut. And behind the warming hut is a cross-country trail. It sucks, but it starts to go downhill about 300-400 feet in. You're going to skate that, and what that does is that'll take you to the quote-unquote backside, and there's enough light at night that you can do this at night, but when you're cutting down through that, if you look to the right in the trees, you'll notice that it gets really steep, opens up to a field, and then there's actually a cross-country trail that comes out. That cross-country trail is slightly downhill. If you keep your speed, you're good. Cut through the trees, and you'll hit the POW field in there. The POW field has a natural roller in it. You can build a backflip booter there. It's actually the first place I ever did a backflip. But you can cut through that, then hit the cross-country trail, keep your speed, and it'll pop you back out. You'll end up probably having to skate, but you can get back on the Cindy's lift. That's really cool. Or you go over and you take Morningstar up and you cut across. So you take the Morningstar chair, you get off, go to the left, you go past Morningstar, and was that like Fiddler's Elbow or some bullshit that they call it. But what you do is you stay close to the tree line, and as long as they got snow, you dive into those trees in there, and there's a bunch of the BMX or mountain bike course in there, and you can actually run the mountain bike course through there and pop back out to the Morningstar chairlift, and you'll get POW laps. The last time I went back to visit my parents in 2019, when I flew in, they'd gotten 13 inches of lake effect. So I went to the valley the next day, and I was smashing POW all by myself, and it was fucking glorious. All right, let's see. This is like a 2-for-1 I gotta do. So I got Hidaki saying, any chance of making a video of you hitting the park and doing big jumps? Why? It doesn't do anything for you. Fuck off. The second one is Adam Rossiter. Stop watching and taking advice from people who snowboard for a decade and still suck. I suck as a rider. I admit it. I am fine with it. I'm 40 years old. I get dizzy when I spin a 180 these days, mainly because I've had 23 concussions. But whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Stop taking advice from people that snowboard that were the first on YouTube and figured out a way to game the system. Like, I'm sorry, motherfucker has traveled around the fucking world to do the same sloppy ass back three. Fuck off. Ride on rails, stiff legs, stony baloney. Like, come on. Ugh. SV Timmy, how do you feel about form coming back? It's a cash grab. I mean, why would you pay $690 for an outer space living with a DOA side cut and an outsider's camber profile with a sin-treated base? It's a lower quality base. Why would you pay $690 for it? Why?
You could buy any one of those boards from Capita for under $600, and they're better. Tyler Strand, thinking of grabbing a public display. How do you think it would hold up outside the park? 6 foot, 170 pounds. It's a little bit softer than other boards in that category. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, and if you're okay with it being like a true middle of the road that will only get softer, you'll be fine. Like the side cut's good. Like I rode it all over copper when I rode it. It was a solid board, so can't go wrong with that. All right. Stuff I find interesting with the super chat. A good fitting boot is like good poontang. Poutine? I could go for some poutine right now. I'm kind of hungry. Ugh. But yes, the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Support the Shred Foundation, shredfoundation.org. Yeah, so, all right. Shout out to my girl, Sam Walsh, up in British Columbia. You're the best. All right. Chris Irvin, looking at the Flow Fuse Hybrid or the Supermatic, looking to set up for just resort cruise, and last setup was a Flow MTX. So the Fuse Hybrid will be a little stiffer than that MTX that you had. Not by much, but it's got the hybrid strap, so you might feel like it's got a little more forward give on it. I've got a set in the other room I've got to ride. But when it comes to the Supermatic, so it's going to be a little more rigid on the outside just due to the way that it's going to drive. You'll feel that in there. Like, I mean, would I ever own a set of Supermatics for myself? Not until I'm too fucking old to bend over and strap in. But it's not a bad binding if you're looking. Obviously, you're looking for something with a quick in and out, looking at a Flow or this. So the big thing to note with this is it takes a little more pressure to step down into it, and getting out of it is a weird counter movement that you're going to have to retrain your brain for that muscle memory, but it's not bad. So like, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. All right. Brandon Walsh, what's your favorite resort in the Pacific Northwest? I lived at Stevens Pass for a season, and I really liked that. That was before Vail fucked everything up. Now it would just be a fucking junk show, so I'd have to say Mission Ridge. Probably be that, or Baker. Can't go wrong with Baker. Baker's just, it's Baker. Like, I've gotten to ride Baker for a private event for 3 days, and I haven't gone back to Baker because I don't want it to be ruined by the fact of being there with the general public. Like, when you have a resort for yourself privately and it snows 8 feet, it's fucking amazing. So yeah. Let's see. Waco, are volume shifted boards fading out while regular boards get a tad wider, and some offer ultra wide plus mega wide? No, so I've always felt that volume shifted boards were like a specific niche, and they should sit there. But if you go through and you actually like look at the company's offerings, they're just refining what they have. Instead of offering like 25 versions of it, it's like, this is refined. They're making bigger boots or bigger boards for bigger boots these days too. I don't think it's going to truthfully ever go away. I think it's just going to be refined to a certain niche, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Our boy Billy Ray Valentine in the chat, our moderator, please be nice to him, or mean. I don't really care. Saying what? Bear Valley, 101 inches? Yeah, from today till next Thursday, 101 inches coming. All right, we got Steve Russ, 48. LibTech Golden Orca. Does it still have the twitchy catching thing going on with so many libs and soft snow? And would you class it as a POW only? Can it pass as a good all-mountain freeride board? I mean, no. Golden Orca is more powder freestyle. It's not twitchy or hooky. I've never felt that with anyone that claims that. It's either that they're flexing the camber profile wrong in it, or they're just a troglodyte with how they fucking ride. But the Golden Orca is more freestyle focused. Personally, I think it's what the Orca should have always been and how it rides. But for a freeride board, I would never get that for a freeride board. I think, if anything, it would probably be the Apex Orca, which I still haven't ridden, but that should be the stiffer one. But no. The Westerosi Ninja. Any good intermediate boards for someone with small feet? Size 7.5 boots. All the men's boards for my weight are over 25 centimeter waist width. Nothing like my old 24.4 Never Summer SL. So why, if your feet are that fucking small, Why aren't you just looking at women's boards? I mean, Snowboard doesn't know if you got indoor or outdoor plumbing, and just doesn't. But they do run narrower, and there are some really fucking rad women's boards out there that are super, super solid. All right, T-Bart, did you ever get to ride the Capita Supernova before they stopped making it? If you did, what'd you think? That was like one I asked for that like 3 years in a row, and they were like, no, it doesn't really sell. It doesn't really sell. It doesn't really sell. So I never got to ride it. Rantin and Raven, Canadian Rockies guy, never been to the U.S., but looking to fly down. Recommended spots for a 4 or 5 day stint. Rather do a smaller hill with less lines and nightlife, more punk rock than operate. Go to Montana or Idaho. So like go to Bozeman and like go to Big Sky or Red Lodge, or go into Idaho and you could do Targhee. So you're like on the Wyoming border there, but you're in Targhee. And then if Targhee's not your jam, you can just cross the pass and go to Jackson Hole, or just go to Jackson Hole as well. I mean, 5 days at Jackson, if the snow's good, be absolutely amazing for you. Theodore Petrovich, all mountain board, but very good for buttering. What's the first board that comes to your mind? I would just grab a Rome Party Mod. That way you get that flat to rocker profile. All right. Item 9, top 3 must visit snowboard resorts in Colorado. Steamboat, Powderhorn, and I would go to Copper too. Those would be the 3 that I would do. Tim Hunt, why is the house recommending for boots up to size 12 US to not go wide? Madness. Probably because they got some fucking idiot over there talking out his ass that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Fuck the builds. I could say that. Marcus Sharp, is there ever a point in snowboard sizing when you take height into account in addition to weight, boot size, like someone 6'5" or over? No. Like the only time I would take that into account is if they're like ungodly fucking tall but super fucking lightweight. Like I would be like, maybe we gotta cut, because you're gonna be dealing with, if they have a wide stance, because you're gonna be limiting them. They won't be able, like if you're like 7'3" and 150 pounds, which is weird proportions, but you're like that fucking big, and you have like a 23-inch stance, putting you on like a 153 ain't gonna work. Like you would be maxed out at best. That would be the one thing that I would probably consider. Okay. We got the Van Bosch. Avran, longtime listener, first-time commenter, grabbed a 23 Solomon Huck Knife Pro super cheap, looking to round it out with a pow deck. Grab a 6-stick or a high path if the price was not. Fuck the high path. It's overpriced and super soft. Super soft. That board was built for soy boys. That's literally built for fucking vegan fucking REI granola borders. That board is like so fucking soft for what's internally inside it. Grab the 6-stick. That thing is way better. So, Eat chia seeds. Just caught my first board yesterday, a Nidecker Merc SE and a Muon X SE binding. Any thoughts on it? You bought a Nidecker setup. You're going to go snowboard. Doesn't matter what I fucking tell you at this point, because it's your first setup. You need to go learn the basics and fundamentals, and you got a good board to start on, so fuck off. You're good. Adam Lowe, forgot your X, 6'5", 220 with a 170 skunk ape. Ride bindings won't adjust far enough to the heel side. 9-decker flows seem the largest. The extra, if you can find a set of the extra larges from Union, like those things will fit like a 15.5 as well. Ted G, how often should you put structure in your base? If you're taking care of your bases and they're super, super solid. So let's see, that one doesn't. There. Does that have it? Oh, ew, that base is disgusting. Never mind. Yeah, here. So grab the piece seeker here. So if you're taking care of your base, so like this base is actually in relatively good shape, you can hear that. So like you want to be able to take your finger and run it across and hear that little zipper effect. If you can keep maintaining that and keep hearing that, you don't need to put another one. When you go and lightly across it and you're not hearing it anymore, it's time to start considering putting that in there. But if you take care of it, you're not hitting rocks, you're not doing anything, it'll last you a whole friggin' season. But if you're riding aggressive the whole season, you're hitting rocks, you're fucking jibbing concrete and shit, no, it'll probably come off and then you'll, Jesus. It'll come off and you'll need to get it done. I mean, realistically, once, maybe twice a season, if that. Piers Roberts, wire directive, a good POW board and end of season chillboard. End of season chillboard, sure. POW board, that wouldn't be my first choice from them. I'd probably go with their Swallowtail or the Vantage over the directive. The directive is just your directional twin all mountain board. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What else? Where are we going here? DJ Happy Bird 13. New mind expander or old mind expander, which is better? I like the new mind expander. That camber gives it more pop. It's a little more versatile for resort riding. Like you can get grip on firm snow and not die. Like the regular mind expander was really fucking loose with that flat to rocker profile that it had. Okay. Gruntled Runt, do you know if the Shred Foundation is in desperate need of particular sock sizes? Saw the post about other items, would like to hit the items they need the most. Because size runs are so weird depending what sock maker you go with, like safe bet would be women's like size 6 to 8, maybe 9 for socks, something in there. Men's size 9 to 12 for them. Dylan Costanzo, no relation to George Costanza. What are some things to look for when buying a used snowboard? So take the board, first go around the top sheet and see if there's any nicks where it's been lifted up and see if it's been epoxied back down on the top sheet. Then, and especially around the tip, look at that and check the sidewalls as well. Like look at the sidewalls and make sure they haven't been hammered in or anything looks like it's been hammered in. Then what you want to do is look at the edges, go around, and you can take your thumb like this and go back and forth on the edge. And if you can pull a little bit of the quick off the top of it, means the edge is sharp, but lightly run your finger, see if there's any burrs or anything in there. Then look at the base, and if it's a black base, this will be where they can hide it the most, but look and see if any spots have been filled. And you want to make sure that, then take it and grab it by the nose, take your hand, put it in the middle and flex it and just listen and see if you hear anything cracking or popping. Because if anything was epoxied with shitty ass epoxy, cheap fix, it'll start to crack usually. You'll feel it. Like anyone that epoxies a board should know that you use more resin than hardener, so it'll flex better. Look at the inserts too and just check each one of them and make sure that you can see the threading in there. It doesn't look like it. Run your hand across the base where the inserts are and see if they've been sucked up or if they've been dimpled out from over tightening so they push through. And those are all things you really should be looking at. All right. Himothy. Oh, Himothy. Would a 157 wide Rome party mod be too big for 175, 5'10" advanced rider, but just getting seriously into park? Can't even do butters and been riding for 10 years. Well, you're 16, dude. So if you've been riding for 10 years, you've been riding since you're 6. Don't sugarcoat it. No, you're fine. Matthew Pontifes. Hey, Angry, thank you for doing these live chats. What are your thoughts of Transition Finder over the new Mind Expander? Transition Finder is more freestyle focused than the new Mind Expander. It's also, I won't lie, like it is a little stiffer torsionally, the Transition Finder is, but you get more snap out of it. They kind of like they sit in the same category when you look at them shape wise, but they ride entirely different. Like if I had to choose one, if I knew I was going to go smash pow, yeah, it'd be Mind Expander. If I know I'm going to be spending, might ride some pow, might ride some trees, and I'm going to go in the park, then I want the Transition Finder for sure. Shane Schmaltz with the super chat. Spin for stickers. Also, quick thanks for continuing to pump out the quality content. Always love a good angry stream. Yeah, scroll back. I was really angry when I got here. What do we got for you? Where are we going? Yeah. Well. Shane, you won yourself some stickers. Medium sticker pack. You know the drill. Email me info@angrysnowboarder.com and I'll get that in the mail to you. So, all right. Tippy TT, what would be your ultimate setup for a lap in a snow dome all day? For me personally, I'd probably just take my 53 Rome Party mod with everything I ride, and that would just be it. It'd be fine. All right. Okay. Man-fish taco. Like, is it a man-fish in a taco? Or is it like man and fish and taco? So confused here. Either way, human, the other white meat. At 220, 230, should I be looking at a 57 dance hall over the 52? Yes. 57 doesn't sound as fun as the 52, but I don't want to murder my board. Solomon needs to make a 55. No, because at 230, that 57, you're going to be fine. Like, you will be fine. You'll be great. Okay, we got one here from Konstantinos Chronopoulos. Hey, man, is there much overlap between the Aviator 2.0 and the Mega Merc? Want to get a Capadon, was thinking Super DOA so that I have a true twin, but the Mega seems to fit me better. Thanks. Yes, there is overlap between those two. And it's too much, in my opinion, to warrant owning both of them. MC Brewers on a traditional camber 279 waist width board, medium flex. Would a mid flex binding be enough, or would a stiffer binding be needed for response? Weighing in at 200, 215, personal preference, boy, baby. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I wouldn't worry about it. I think you're overthinking it. All right, Ranton and Raven. For the most part, my quiver is pretty dialed and relatively up to date, but my pow stick is a 2012 gyrator that I just had to epoxy the top sheet down. What is the modern equivalent? Whew. Man, the old gyrator. So honestly, the closest thing that you could get on today would be the Spring Break Powder Twin. That would be the closest feeling towards that, in my opinion. Love that gyrator. Got one in the other room. Tom Coleman, angry. Massive thank you for your reviews. Bought a Peace Seeker. Fuck yeah. From watching your review, managed a quick session at my local snow dome in the UK, and what a friggin' rad board. Dude, so the Peace Seeker, like, got one sitting right there. That when I tell people that is the best carving board for the year, and they're like, oh no, you got to get a custom like Virus or a Donic or a double octuple oxblood clap butt plug board. No, that fucking, I've ridden hundreds of boards. Like, thing's fucking amazing. I cannot compliment that thing enough. All right. Ginger Boardman V2, women's binding recommendations for a yes, hell yes. Okay, so you're looking for something a little more free ride oriented. So in the now up, what is that? It's not the Conda, it's the next one above. What is that? Honestly, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I would was it the Women's Guild? I think it's the Guild from Rome would be a good one. I want to say the Meta from Bent Metal, but that might be the Park one. I'm brain farting here. Like, I don't really follow women's stuff enough. Like, I have to sit down and be like, okay, got to memorize all this. All right. Eric Chen, what to pair with the K2 passport? Have the Cleaver, Katana, Strata, and Vice. Groomer with family and occasional bombing down steep. Thank you. Slap those katanas on there and go ride, buddy. Just go ride. You got this. All right. Support the Shred Foundation, people. Support the Shred Foundation. Angelo Lombardo, is Sauce on the Blue restaurant decent? I mean, I wouldn't eat there. Okay. Piers Roberts, best true twin carving board. Why do you need a true twin for carving? Like, that's the one that blows my mind. People are like, I want a true twin, but I only ride Switch like 3% of the fucking time. Yeah. Oh, God. Got a rib out. It hurts. Ugh. Well, I don't know. Go buy whatever you want if it's a true twin and you're looking to carve with. I mean, ones that stand out to me would be like the Rosinal Juggernaut, just because of how stiff it is, or like to an extent. Why am I brain farting this one right now? I think you're Golden Orca. People will be like, what? So yeah. All right. All right. Surfer Glass, what's your favorite ultra wide? None. I don't fucking need an ultra wide board. I don't have a favorite. I have a 10-foot. I have normal human proportions. I don't understand why people are like, why don't you understand what's a big wide board? Because I have fucking normal human proportions. I'm sorry, you're in this weird 10% of the population that fucking needs an ultra wide. I don't pay attention to that. I list the sizes in the review. After that, I give you the review of how it wrote for me. Do the fucking research yourself. It's not that fucking hard. Ugh. Jesus. Ugh. Phil Peacock, twin pow boards, are those even a thing, or are directional twins basically the best for that? Directional twins better, but pow twins does exist because I just filmed the pow twin top 5. I mean, I designed the Marhar Lumberjack to be a powder twin so I could go hit log jibs with it. I was like, that was the only reason. I built a twin. I designed a twin powder board for log jibbing at Breckenridge, and then I got banned from Breckenridge. I was like, I just want to go hit log jibs with this powder twin because that way it would funnel the snow out to the side to give me a good run in first thing in the morning. It's like, fuck. Yes, do the research yourself. Like, I swear to God, I've been dealing with fucking hand holders for the last 2 weeks. Like, to the point I'm just like, you're fucking pathetic. You're like, I give you everything you need and you still want more. Like, I can't. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I don't know. I would just be like, well, this board, I watched this review and it looks like me. Oh, he listed that there's a 65 ultra wide size and I'm 270 pounds. Yeah, that'll work for me. Like, fuck. It's like when I went to buy my car, I researched that fucking thing for a month straight before I figured out what I wanted. It wasn't that hard. Like, you do it, you figure it out, then you go and you just fuck. Ugh. God, Jesus. It's not that fucking hard. I don't get it. All right, let's check in on this poll. Let's see where we're at with this. We're going to end that thing now. Okay. All right. So the poll was, should I email back season equipment to review their skis that they wanted? Because the guy literally emailed me and told me that they would love to get me skis to ride. I was like, oh, really? Oh, you want to give me some skis? So, okay, I'll fucking review them. Couldn't mount my bindings. Worthless. Most worthless snowboard. Came in 2 pieces. But anyways, okay. So out of 290 votes, we got 49 with the most with fuck 'em skiing sucks. Okay. 38% at yes and 12% at no. I think we're going to go with no. Okay. Constantine Chronopoulos, thanks for the content, man. Spin for stickers. Oh, we're spinning. We're friggin' spinning. Over here spinning. Right round, baby. Round, round. Pray to the altar of snowboarding that I don't have an aneurysm today. Ooh, Benjamin Kim, who's got the best style today? Favorite rider? Jill Perkins, who just went pro for ride last night. Love watching Jill ride. Super stoked on her style. It's always good to watch that. If you guys haven't seen the new Dust Box, you definitely should go watch the new Dust Box video. That's really, really good. Renee Renacongas is another one. Like, he's fast and loose, and you're like, what the fuck is he doing? I love watching him too. Adam Rossiter with the super chat. Best live streams, laugh so hard every time. Thanks, dog. Yeah, well, just a fucking monkey in a box at this point. That's all I do anymore. All right. Patrick Ryan, good starting point for stance angles on free ride if you normally ride freestyle. Ride the same angles on everything. It gives you consistency. You might shift it back, but you keep the stance width and the angles the exact same. I mean, I'm a 21.5 wide, 15 -12 stance. That's been pretty standard now for the last, let's see, 7-8 years. Before that, it was like 18 -15 and 22.5 wide. I just brought it in a little because I was having some knee issues. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. So, yeah. All right. All right. We got the Send It Syndicate with the super chat. Spin the wheel for the next dude in the chat. Okay, let's take a question. Here we go. From Broman. Comparing the Gremlin and the Super Pig, which has the softer flex and more torsional flex? That's the Super Pig all day. It's softer flexing than the Gremlin. The Gremlin's just stiffer and more rigid and more damp through and through. And you got to spin because of the guy above you. So. Oh, yeah. Keep praying to the altar of snowboarding. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here's one from Waco. Can't wait for the next natural selection. Hope more events like that pop up with better host commentary. So rumor is they got rid of the hosts and Todd Richards is going to do it. Thank God. It'd be great if it was like Grenier and Todd and it was just commentary. But did anyone see the announcement today? They're going to Revelstoke instead of Jackson, and they're going to do more of it live instead of pre-recorded. So, yeah. Ibuprofen. Horgmo has the Torstenial flex mode. Yeah, he does. I love Torstein. Patrick Ryan, do you have a favorite mountain in Tahoe? No. I try to avoid California. That place is awful. Every time I go there, something bad happens. And I'm like, why the fuck did I come here? This place is just awful. It's so ass backwards. Oh, yeah. All right. Anyways, get your questions in, people. I'm going to try to answer them. So, yeah. All right. D-Lo, best wings in Breck. Nice super chat with that one. Fatty's Pizzeria. So, Big Mike's wings at Fatty's, they use the bigger wings instead of the cheap, shitty ones. Now, everyone will try to tell you, Ollie's is the best. Yeah, if you want fucking food poisoning, they literally pass their health inspection by 1 fucking point. You have 110 points you can lose before you fail. They got to 109. Fuck Ollie's. Fuck that place. Alan's a shitty owner anyways. He doesn't know how to fucking run a business. But Fatty's Pizzeria, on Ridge Street has the best wings, in my opinion, because they lightly bread them before they fry them. And they have a good barbecue sauce, and they're the bigger drummies. I mean, you pay for what you get, but you get the better ones. So definitely like fatties. And if you're on the other side of the lake, Dos Locos across from Keystone isn't bad either. They have good sauces. Although be warned, if you come to Breckenridge, you're going to pay astronomical prices for wings right now. It's fucking ridiculous. Maybe you should go eat at Joe's instead. All right. Tyler Busey, best flavor for pocket bacon: hickory, applewood, maple, jalapeno, other candied bacon. That's probably my favorite. But hickory smoked applewood is also good. Like if you get the two blended in there with a little pepper on it, can't go wrong with that either. It's all about the pocket bacon, people. I didn't have time to make any today. Oof. You lose. That's rough. All right. Let's see. Cosmetronic Haze, how's the Arapahoe Basin riding right now? Heading up there Sunday to Tuesday. Well, we're getting fucking hammered with snow right now. And that'll go through the weekend. 2 runs open, so 1% of the mountain. I mean, we're talking with chair lift ride time, maybe like a 6-minute lap. So you can really crank laps out in an hour if you know what you're doing. Might be even less than that. But coverage isn't bad. They're expanding more every day, but the snow will definitely help. Okay. Here we go. From the Syndicate, best small off the beaten track resort in Colorado. Powderhorn outside Grand Junction. I love that place. It's like, I mean, you're basically like into the desert at that point, but it's in the side of the mesa. That's about as off the beaten path as you can get. Like, I mean, you're not dealing with Denver traffic. You got Junction there, but you go midweek, it's not going to be busy. So, all right. Philip Gravely, think the ASIM heel cup on the katanas will change how you drive a Mega Merc? I rode the Mega Merc with the black label, which is, do I have one right here? Which has the ASIM right? Yeah, I do. I mean, this the exact same heel cup as the katana on it, and it was totally fine. I mean, you get a little more lateral play. If you had a full wrap, you'd probably get a little more drive out of it, but not much. Okay. All right. Joe Koviak. How would you compare the flex, torsional flex of a Super Pig to the niche pyre and POW carving ability? Thanks, Avran. So if I had to choose one in POW, I would go with the pyre for sure over the Super Pig. It's just with the width of that board, the shaping, it rides better. On edge for carving, I'd rather have a Super Pig. Yes, it's more back foot dominant, and you don't have the traction bumps on it. So you're not steering as much right underfoot with the front foot. You're going to get better front foot engagement with the pyre, but overall, the carve on the Super Pig, in terms of flex, they're very similar. What you're going to notice between the two of them is in the ride, like the Super Pig, when you torsionally flex it, it gets more snap back. It just rebounds quicker, so you get more spring out of the carve. Whereas with the pyre, it's a little more delayed and laid back. Like you're in the carve a little bit longer. You don't have as quick of an initiation or disengagement with it. Okay, we got a super chat from Brendan Carbone. My friend keeps stealing my dance hall because it's way better than his overpriced noodle custom flying V, but he won't get out of the Burton ICS ecosystem. Is there a similar board to the dance hall with the channel? Yeah, there is. Go tell him to get an Endeavor Scout. That gets him away from Burton, but it's volume shifted. That's going to be the closest to it. Like, that's what I would do. Go to the Endeavor Scout, and I do have a review of it. That board's actually really good. Ooh, pick a random question and give it a spin. What do we got? So, this thing's fucking possessed. I'm still giving someone a spin. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Take this one from Tibby TT. Where's the biggest potential for tech and design advancement? Boards, bindings, boots, or boards? Boards, bindings, or boots? Realistically, it's going to be the materials that we use will be the biggest technological story. There will be advancements in the material. When the material advances, the manufacturing will have to advance. And when that advances, then everything advances. But it's going to be materials that they use inside all of them. And I'm oh yeah, spray skiers, baby. Spray skiers. All right. Jean-Sebastien Bussier. Best U.S. ski resort destination for a snowboarder from Quebec. Thanks, Avran. It depends what you want, but if you're like looking for multiple options in an area, you could do Tahoe, you could do Salt Lake, because then you can get up in the canyons. You can do Summit County, you can do Aspen. That's going to give you 4 resorts in there, and those would be my, if you want the most bang for the buck with the most options around you, so you're not just stuck at one resort. Kevin, is it awkward when you run into Buckhouse at the resort? You mean when he sits around with his little 10-year-olds that follow him around? Because I'm assuming he's a kid diddler at this point. No, because he knows not to engage. He knows that we're all just going to pick on him. Like literally, he'll show up to the resort when we're all there, and if he sees all of us and we clown him, he will film 3 or 4 laps, enough to make a 20-minute video with him talking out his ass on shit, and leave. He'll just fucking leave. It's the most awkwardly weird thing I've ever seen. Like the second someone clowns him, he's just like, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Oh, you saying Buckhouse is the boy? You're going in fucking timeout. The fucking kook. Ugh. Cosmotronic Haze, where's the best place to buy your boots in your area? So if you're looking for selection, you got Mountain Sports Outlet in Silverthorne, the Epic Store in Frisco, Christie Sports at the Dillon Ridge location, or Dillon, whatever that one is. There's some stuff at Underground. They haven't gotten everything. Gravity hasn't gotten everything. And that's going to pretty much be your options. Jacob Iverson, advice on technique skills to work on to get back up to speed quickly. Last year was my first year, and I want to feel back in the swing ASAP. Yeah, just ride more. As long as you're staying in shape in the off season, then you're built up your muscle, so you've still got that memory going on in there. You'll be super, super solid. All right, we got the super chat from Fruit Poop Loops. Spin for Slim. Good old Slimothy J. Whitman, the third DDS Esquire. There we go. We spin it again. Wiener. That pretty much sums up Slimothy Whitman. Marco and Climo, black or bright kit for the season. You always want to be able to blend into the crowd for when you're ollieing over slow signs and spraying skiers. You want to literally look like every other person that you possibly can. You don't want anything that draws attention to you. Also, a darker kit is better if you have to duck into the trees and lay down in the snow and just hide. So, yes. Okay. Matthew Pontifex. Anchor, thanks for answering the question of the transition finder of the Mind Expander. Lastly, which would you choose as an all-resort board? Not a park guy, but loving pop charging, under trees, and power. For more versatility, the transition finder is more versatile than the Mind Expander. So I would probably lean more towards that one. Okay. D-Low, best happy hour in Breck with that super chat. Okay, so you got options when it comes to happy hours in Breck. So Castaways Cove does 4 to 6. They take a little bit off the appetizer menu plus drink specials. That's always a solid one. Blue River Bistro, was it 2 for 1 martinis or 2 for half price or some shit like that? That one's really good in there. Let's see. Who else? Blue Stag has one as well that's not too bad. I like Orem's happy hour because everything on the appetizer menu is half price, so that's really good. Plus, they're Korean. So what you do is you get the Korean fried chicken, and then you get the butter rolls, and you cut them in half, and you basically make a Korean fried chicken slider, and then you dunk it in the ranch. So that's a little secret in there. So, but it's fun stuff. But you got to get there early. If you're not there at 4 o'clock, you're not getting a table. So yeah. Oh, Sancho's has a good happy hour too with their margaritas and taco pricing. Ooh, try again. Okay. Got Shy Links with the super chat. Spin for more snow. We always could use more snow. Always. All the snow. We need all the snow we can get. So, where are we going with this? Yeah. Donate to the Shred Foundation. Good stuff. All right. We got Grubus McKenna. Best board for a semi-fat cruiser dude. I'm 225 pounds and 6'1". You're just looking for like a cruiser deck and you're 225. So you probably want something in like that 160, 162 range. You could probably even go down to like a 58, 59, depending on the board, but you don't really need anything super crazy. You're just cruising. I would check out like the Rome Ravine. That's a solid one. You might like a Capita Mercury, maybe a Jones Flagship or a Mountain Twin, kind of give or take there with that. Let's see what maybe a Ride Smokescreen would be up your alley as well. And then if you're like looking at Mervin, maybe a GNU anti-gravity. So there's a couple options. Okay, it's Cameron. How does the Ride Peace Seeker do in POW? It's a little stiff, so you got to work for it if you get into tight trees, and it's very back foot dominant in there. It'll float, like it floats well. It's not its first main purpose, though, so you got to be aware of that. Okay. Anyways, we're slowing down with questions, so everyone just start to get your final questions into that chat box because I want to go eat some lunch. I'm hungry. I didn't eat enough pocket bacon. Okay. Mike Medvedev. I picked up a 2016 Solomon Villain for $50. That's a good deal as long as the edges aren't blown out. That's my Jones. All Mountain Twin is totally destroyed from big snow. I mean, I would turn that Villain into your big snowboard for sure and just thrash the living shit out for $50. You wouldn't feel bad about it. That year, Villain, if I remember correctly, like it was either I think 17 they changed it. That's the one that's got the different flex in it that was a little stiffer. So yeah, we got Iron Tit Steel Boob. Binding recommendations for the basic unink. Okay, so I would look at like the Now Brigade. I think that's a good one for it. The Ride C6, the Rome Vice. Let's see. The Bent Metal Action, and we'll throw the Union Strata on there as well. So let's see what else we got going on here. Tyler, ride C6 or C8 for the party platter? Yes. Lee Dixon, review of the new Ravine Select coming soon. It's in the future, that's for sure. It's done. I mean, I've got it sitting right there. So, okay, 4x4 therapy. If an intermediate rider wanted to work on carving, would you recommend picking from your top 5, or would there be a lower range of boards you'd recommend? If you're working on carving, go look at the top 5 Carvey Cruiser boards instead of the carving boards. The Carvey Cruiser is better for an intermediate rider that wants to progress. It's going to have an easier entry into it. So, yeah. Crocus, just turned 50 years old. Should I quit soon? No, you should start banging 30-year-olds and partying hard. You should be that guy. Patrick Ryan, is there a place in the U.S. that sells Amplid boards? There is. My good friends over at In-Flight Surf Shop in Seal Beach, inflightsurfshop.com, sells Amplid. They are the only online Amplid dealer in North America other than the Splitboard Shop, which is their distributor rep force in there. But the In-Flight Surf Shop has the widest selection. They are about to update their website. I do have an affiliate link down in the description as well. So cannot go wrong with In-Flight Surf Shop. James and Scott over there are great dudes, and I've been thoroughly enjoying working with them. So, yeah. Okay. We got Omar, intermediate. What free ride and all mountain freestyle board would you ride or suggest for Big Bear, California conditions? I mean, if you're riding Big Bear, I wouldn't even recommend a free ride board. Just get an all mountain freestyle board. In that regard. And riding down there, you're looking for something intermediate. Rome Warden, Capita Outer Space Living, maybe a Ride Zero in there. Rosinal Jibsaw. If you're not thinking the Jibsaw, you can bump up to the Rosinal 1 mag. If you're doing Rome, a Gangplank would be totally fine for that. There's a few options for you. All right. Okay. We got Phil Peacock. Spin for more exploding nose beer planes. White gold in them hills. Oh, what do we got? Oh, yeah. Support the Shred Foundation, people. Okay. Mike Dunn, took your advice. Instead of replacing already good gear, buy a lift ticket. Well, I booked my flight to Denver December 14th. Any tips or recommendations for early season? If we keep getting snow like we're getting now, December 14th isn't going to be early season. If this lines up, because this season is lining up weather-wise exactly like 10-11 was for us. We got 580 inches that year. And if it does, we will probably have 60 to 80%, if not more, of the resorts open, like the train on each resort open. I mean, Winter Park had its earliest opening this year ever. So, yeah, I mean, just fucking show up, check that snow report, and go shred. Just check the previous week leading up to it. If it looks like if the base is anything under 20 something inches and we just got snow, there's going to be rocks poking for sure. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Kid Mitchell, do you like Ride as a brand? I don't have a problem with them. Shylinks, how's Loveland riding? Hit it yet? No, they opened today. Okay. Shred Ahead snowboarding in the house. Thanks for the input on Amplid US bars. I'm sidelined at the moment. Meniscus tear, right leg. Damn. Why you got to be tearing your meniscus right before the season? It's not cool. Get yourself some collagen peptides. I use Vital Proteins that will help with the recovery in there. Trust me, I have no meniscus in either knee. I can still snowboard. All right. Okay. We got Bill Schultz with the super chat. The Sigma Park Pro is on sale for $400. Is the Rome Party Mod worth the extra hype and $130 for a Poppy Park board? Sigma Park Pro has traditional camber, so the pop engagement on it is completely different. I actually have a Park Pro literally sitting right over there. If you're on a budget, the Park Pro is super solid. Like, It's a really, really good board. I wouldn't worry about it. Do I think it's worth $130 more for a Poppy Park board with a flat rocker? No, honestly, save the money, buy the Signal. You'll be fine. Ooh, so close to getting that jumbo sticker pack. Game over. Oh, our boy Jack Ripper is in the house, letting you know. Let's go, Satan. Hail Satan. Whew. Jack, you want yourself a sticker pack. You know the drill. Email me if you want it. info@angrysnowboarder.com. Get that in the mail. We had 3 people win today, so. Nope. No, I'm counting it. It stayed for too long. That thing. Nope. No, I'm counting it. It stayed for too long. That thing. This thing's possessed. It's all because of Satan. Ooh, Fruit Poop Loop. Size 4 Thraxis for women or just super tiny feet? Super tiny feet for guys that actually rip. I have a friend that is a size 4, and he's like, I had to buy women's boots, and he would blow through 3 pairs a year because they just couldn't handle it because he ripped. So, yeah. Ugh. Oh, here's a good one from Shylinks. Any sketchy contraptions you've seen yet? Yeah, someone sent me this today on the gram. Let me find it here. Where is it? Is this it? Oh, no, it's this one right here. Yeah. So it's this. It's called Technologies for Freeride, and it's called the Ski-Fi. And they're promoting ski avalanches away. Did you know that 90% of avalanches are caused by skiers or snowboarders? An aggressive skiing technique is a trigger. Ski-Fi will help you develop your skiing technique to decrease the additional load of the slope and minimize avalanche risk. The fuck? Or, you could take a backcountry class and actually learn what you need to know. This shit ain't gonna help you. It's some augmented reality pop-up bullshit too. Like that shit is so fucking goddamn kooky. Like blows my fucking mind that they're trying to push it that way. So, oh my God, this is the worst question I've seen all day. Matthew Harkness, have you ever structured a base by hand using sandpaper and block technique? No, do not do that. You will fucking destroy your base. Do not do that. Do not do that. That is fucking awful advice. Oh. Oh my God, that is, fuck, do not do that. Oh God. All right. And then we got a super chat here from the Send It Syndicate. Go get lunch already. I'll get it when I'm ready. At this point, it's 5 o'clock here, almost 5. I'll probably have to have dinner. Got to take the dog out. Ah, damn it. We almost got Malort Glizzy. Gotta spin again. Malort Glizzies. It's all about the Malort Glizzy. Eat at Joe's, people. Oh, wait, we're bouncing. Ooh, dang. All right. Well, you want yourself a medium sticker pack? You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com. What is that thing? Well, it should be fine. I don't know. Being weird today. All right. All right, we got Treeborough 001. Good bindings for a 2021 Captain Mercury. Thank you, sir. So if you're doing the Union thing, you could go Atlas if you want stiffer, a little bit softer. You go Strata. I'd probably lean a little more towards the Strata. If you want something in between, you probably want to go with the Falcor on that. Otherwise, I would look at a Ride C8, K2 Formula, Nitro Team Pro, the Now Select Pro, And we'll do a bent metal transfer for good measure. All right. JJ Livingston ever rode over gravel and rental ski structure? Fuck yeah, free stone grinds, baby. I can remember one spring way back in the day when I was product testing for Never Summer. And this was when they were first developing their RC tech. I came flying down from the top of the mountain and came around the chairlift. I think this was before it became Black Mountain Express, back when it was the old triple. And I just like hammered it right through the parking lot back to the car. Sparks flying, gravel shooting and shit. I mean, fucking just cat clawing the base of it because I was like, oh, they had a new color that they were testing. Tell me how strong it was. I was like, okay, I'll go fucking ride over some rocks. I don't give a fuck. And so I do it and science strap and pick it up. And all I hear is, whoa, bro. Whoa. That's a Never Summer. That's precious. Blah, blah, blah. And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, man, free stone grinds, dude. That's how you put structure in your base. And proceeded to just drag it on edge, like sparks flying out of it and shit. So, yeah. One-Eyed Willie, have you ridden the 2023 LibTech Dynamo? If so, any changes from 2022? Did I ride the Dynamo? I feel like I rode the Dynamo. I feel like I got one, or maybe I didn't because there was no changes. So, yeah. All right. Phil Peacock, will Shred Foundation take a pair of very lightly used ride boa boots? Yeah, actually they will. There's not a doubt in my mind. If they're lightly used, yeah, that's fine. Also, I want to do a whole boot deconstruction video, so I want to get everything in order before I do this. But anyone that's got last year's or 2-year-old boots, something that's still currently in the lineup, I will be willing to take them because I am going to sawzall them in half and show you guys what's inside every boot. And I'm just going to go through a bunch of different boots. I've got 2 pair. I've got 1 pair here. I got another pair coming, but I want to do high end, medium end, low end from every brand. So I'm putting that out there. This is something to just consider. It's going to take a while to get everything dialed in for that. So, yeah. So anyways, we got that kind of going on. D-Lo, what about little kid stuff? Will they take that? Yes. So they will take. They do have younger kids. So I mean, as long as we're not talking like a 3-year-old, yeah, they like figure. But I think about the youngest they take is somewhere between 7 and 9. So yeah. I don't even know what BS Rabbit is. This is a funny one. Thoughts on season equipment? Well, they emailed me asking me if I wanted to get some skis to review, and we actually did a poll earlier today, and everyone said fuck them, they're a ski company, so probably won't ride them. I don't really care. It's Evo's store brand, and Evo just cut my commission, so they can suck a fart out my ass. I'm not. Why would I promote your brands? Like, you guys took a bunch of ideas you asked me for and then implemented them poorly yourself. I'm like, can't you tell? I'm fucking bitter. I don't give a fuck. Someone will probably send this over to someone at Evo. Probably James from The Good Ride. He's like, look at him. He's talking shit again. Send me another fucking angry email. Fucking do $350,000 in sales for him and they want to cut my commissions. Like, fuck you. Fuck this. I'm bitter. I am bitter. So they want to play this game. 2 can play it. I'll fucking tell people, go shop at Christie's, shop at the house, shop at In Flight. Fuck Evo, I'm over it. Like, you want to pull this bullshit? Like, literally costs you nothing. You're not paying me any money but the commission when I sell something, and you're gonna cut it on me. Fucking every year, you cut me in 2020, and then you asked me to give you all these fucking ideas because you wanted to work with me to make up what I was getting cut on my commission. So I give you the ideas, and then it's suddenly, well, these are great ideas and we love them, but we're going to go a different direction and take everything in-house. We don't know when. And then you put out that fucking bullshit videos that you guys are doing with your IT support. Like, then you send me an angry-ass email saying, well, you can't say bad things about me. The fuck I can't. I can say what I want. Fucking cut me. Fuck you. Fucking companies cutting. I'm fucking heated. I'm fucking heated. I don't care if I burn a bridge with these people anymore. I'm fucking over it. Like, fuck them all. It's the end of the year. Fucking Black Friday's coming up. My 2 biggest months of the year for them. And they fucking want to pull this bullshit with me, and they're pulling it across the board. It's okay, though. James at the Good Ride won't cut his fucking commissions. So, fuck everyone. Ugh. Take some more questions here. Shilings. Whiskey Star best dinner. Don't eat at Whiskey Star. Go over to Blue Stag. The food will be a little bit better. Don't eat at Whiskey Star. All right, D-Lo with the super chat. Stay bitter, always. That's all I can fucking do anymore. It's the only thing keeping me warm. Fucking over it. Ugh. Support the Shred Foundation. Ugh. Ibuprofen. Bridges are overrated. Use the light from the bridges you burn to guide your path. That's the advice I give people. Alex Green, is the Mega Merc ever catchy in the park or landing switch? I mean, if you land weird and don't know what you're doing, it might be. You got burrs in your edge, might be. Otherwise, no. Oh, well. Anyways, I feel like I'm done for the night. I'm in a pissy mood. I need to eat. I'm over getting fucked over by people. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, reviews every day till the end of the year. Pretty much. Top 5 women's video on Sunday for you. Explained video on Monday. Top 5 Wednesday as well. If you're new here, remember to subscribe. Click the bell. Get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos I got coming out for all you snowboarders on the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here, because evidently everyone wants to just fucking not make me money, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's my Patreon. So that way it'll at least fund some stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video.